Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Kallex and in today's video we are playing White Knuckle again on hard mode and hopefully finishing this time. I already recorded this second episode to the whole story time thing, but OBS was just messing up. So I'm gonna redo this so the quality is better. Oh, look, a grub! I've never had a grub before. It's crazy. So if you guys didn't see the first video, honestly, you're not really missing a lot. As I was looking back at the footage, I realized I was just yapping, bro. Like I wasn't really talking about much. But anyways, so the story, let's get right into the story. So I ended off the last video by saying that my junior year, I had moved to a different school. And there was this girl, we're gonna call her the prom girl, during my second semester of this new school in my senior year. And you know, everything was all nice and dandy at first. We had gone in the same bus. We actually went to the same school, like before the one before I moved and stuff. So I'm thinking, like, you know, all this other stuff, she's got to be the one. And something that I had prayed about a lot when I was younger is I'm like I pray I can grow up with this person, like they can be basically like my neighbor or somebody next to me that, and I didn't even know or like really think about it or them that much until when we met and everything just kind of seemed to work out. I was thinking that prayer was answered because we went to the same school and all that good stuff. And on top of that, I mean, she looked attractive to me. Like I liked that, and she was just giving me a bunch of attention, and I was falling for it, right? I actually thought that it was gonna end up working out, right? Because nobody had given me that much level of attention. Like we would be on calls till like 2 in the morning and stuff on school nights. So I think by our second or maybe even third day of us knowing each other, we were already like on a call till like 2 in the morning. Yeah, like I said, I thought everything was working out until whenever I asked her to prom. And she said, yeah, she's like, let's go as friends. And I'm like, okay, right? Because I was already developing feelings for her, right? But I wanted to, I guess, pretend I didn't and just try to get to know her and not, quote unquote, scare her off like I did with the, I feel like I did with the first girl, because I just came across really strong. I feel that I was like, I really, really like you. And I was just nervous, all that stuff, right? I was like, okay, after about like a month or two of knowing her, I'll ask if she wants to be like official and stuff. So not even a month goes by. Not even a month goes by. What ends up happening is our first argument was on a Wednesday or Thursday. I can't really remember, but I think it was on a Wednesday. She found out that I liked her because one of my homegirls, I'll call her Kay. Kay was in this like group of friends that was also friends with the prom girl. So one of the friends ended up sending the prom girl a screenshot of my messages to Kay, saying that I was like overthinking, I was overreacting because I saw the prom girl hanging out with one of my friends from my junior year, and I'm like, oh shoot, they like each other, like she's over here laughing and giggling and doing all this other stuff, right? And so I was just like, I was scared, right? I tell my friend, right? I tell Kay about it. Somebody sends her the screenshot of me and Kay's messages. Prom girl gets mad at me. We make up. Well, no, we don't make up, but like we kind of just forget about it. We end up staying friends or whatever. She was like, you don't even know me. You don't know my favorite color. And I told her favorite color. She has a very specific shade of like blue that she likes. So we end up going to prom. Prom was amazing. Then after prom, we had gotten into like an argument. I forgot what it was about. Basically, I had told her to block me, right? Because I'm like, I can't not like you. It's like it would be impossible for me to just shut off that part of my brain to oh my goodness, this tentacle thing. So she did. She blocked me. This was like on a Saturday or something. And the next week, since we go in the same bus, I told her, I'm like, hey, can we talk? I just wanted to say I'm sorry for the way I acted, right? And she's like, no, I was about to tell you, which is not true. She was not going to tell me at all. And we both went to the same Christian club and all that stuff. So I kept mentioning to her, I'm like, hey, we should do a Bible study like on the bus and stuff, since we're the only two people in the bus who read our Bible in the bus. That's actually how I first noticed her, and I thought she was very interesting for that, for reading her Bible in the bus, because that was something that only I would do. You know, I kept bringing it up to her, but she kept quote unquote forgetting and all this other stuff. It never ended up happening. So we were chilling, but then she's like, look, if you like me, I don't think we can be like friends anymore. I don't think we should be friends. And I was scared to lose her, right? And then I felt like I was walking on eggshells every time I would talk to her. So me and her had gone to go see the Minecraft movie. It had just come out around that time. Something I'm a little bit bitter about is that she told me she was gonna like go half on half on however much it cost. And I wasn't making a lot of money. Like I was only working 2 days out of the week part-time. She worked 2 days, she worked the weekend, but she was making more money than me because she was working full-time. And another crazy thing is I had applied to work at the job that she was working at a while before I had like met her. Sorry, around the time that we had the argument where I told her to block me. Her managers just so happened to see that, and in the like references area, if you guys don't know, you can like reference this person recommended me to join or whatever. At my first job, if you reference somebody, you both get like $100 bonus. So I thought it worked the same way at the place that I had applied to where she worked at. During that week, she ended up telling that manager, no, like I want nothing to do with him and all this other stuff, and she basically ruined my chances of getting the job. Whenever she had come back, she's like, yeah, like that's what I ended up telling him and all that stuff. And she said it nonchalantly, like it didn't really matter. Like, dude, I was trying to get out of the job that I was at for a while, and then she just ruins my chances like that. After the Minecraft movie, we go to this yogurt place, right? This like frozen yogurt place, and she's on her phone the whole time. I'm like, dude, I basically took you out on a date. You didn't go half on half like you said you would, and now you're just on your phone and not really doing anything. She's like, let's go to the store after. I'm like, okay. So I'm over here being like a yes man to whatever she's saying, and I'm not proud of it, right? Let's even use the grub. And I'm not proud of it, but let's get this really quickly. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do everything all at once. Can I make it? Oh, wait. We're chilling because we got the grub. Let's do this. I've never done this before. I'm sorry, grub. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that my hands are getting tired. Okay, let's do it. Yes, we did it, y'all. Okay, thank God, here we go. So anyways, we go to the store, right? And then I was supposed to have a sleepover at my best friend's place, but we ended up canceling. So I asked her if she wanted to play Minecraft, but then she ended up telling me no, that she was playing with that friend of mine that I saw her hanging out with and that I was overreacting with. So I'm like, okay. So 2 hours later, I sent her another message. I'm like, hey, you willing to play, right? Because she told me the first time that I had messaged her, she was like, yeah, we can play after they install like an AC in my room. So then I waited, and that's when she told me she was playing with that friend. So we were playing, right? This was on a Sunday, I believe. And I didn't know how to feel, right? Because I was already over here feeling like rejected, feeling kind of weird. Oh, wait, let's redo this again. So I was feeling kind of weird because after she ended up playing with that friend of mine, she said, actually, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, she was basically just straight up rejecting me. That she didn't want to play, she didn't want to basically have anything to do with me. And I don't really know why. It just kind of happened. So 2 days go by, and we had gone to watch the movie on a Friday, and we were supposed to be playing Minecraft or whatever. Like, she told me we could play tomorrow, which was Saturday at the time, right? And so Saturday comes around, and then I forgot why she made an excuse, but she's like, no, let's just do it tomorrow. So Sunday comes around, and I'm over here feeling like really dejected, right? Because I'm like, dude, I took you out on a date pretty much, and you didn't even at least pay me half. Like, that I would have been okay with that at the very least, but you know, I take you out and like, this is the way you're treating me. So I was hurt, right? and I didn't know how to tell her, so I was kind of just beating around the bush. I'm like, dude, there's this girl I was telling her this as we finally got to playing Minecraft on that Sunday. There's this girl that I really like, and I don't know if she likes me back. And she was like, well, I think you should just let her go. like just straight up. And everybody at the time was telling me to let the prom girl go, but I didn't want to, right? Because I'm like, no, she was giving me that attention that I wanted, that nobody else had given me ever since I had moved to that school. So I was just really scared to let her go, right? But even the prom girl herself was basically saying like that I needed to let her go, even though she quote unquote didn't know who I was talking about, which I think I made it pretty obvious that I was talking about her. But so from there, I'm like, dude, I don't think you're getting it, so I'm talking about you. And then she's like, oh yeah, that's why I told you we shouldn't be friends. I'm like, bro, like that just hurt me, because I'm like, you're not really even considering it, you're not really trying. And her excuse was because she was quote unquote focusing on God, trying to get closer to God. And the reason why I label it as an excuse was because after that night, after our talk, she told me that we would just end up like being friends, that we were chilling, but she ended up blocking me that Sunday, right? So the next day, which was Monday, I had sent her a message. I'm like, hey, do you want to sit alone on the bus? Because we would always sit with each other. And she didn't message me. And then I went to her profile, and next thing you know, she blocked me. And I'm like, dude, that broke my heart, y'all. Like, you guys have no idea how much that just crushed my soul. So by the way, there's a little secret here. I tried mentioning it in the original version of this video, but it was just really bad quality. So there's a little secret here, and it has this little disc. I don't know what the disc does, but yeah. So she blocks me, right? And so for a whole month, I'm crying, right? Crying myself to sleep. And it just sucked, dude. It sucked. Every day I had to go. Every day I had to see her in the bus. Every day I had to see her in school. Every day I had to like do all these things. And then on top of that, going to the Christian club, she ended up wanting to be one of the treasures, right? And I just didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to do. And so I was trying to reach out to the Christians that were there, right? Because those were the only people who I felt like I could really rely on. Now, most of them were like freshmen and stuff. Well, I was a senior because, I mean, there just wasn't a lot of seniors there, unfortunately. But so I was reaching out to the people that I felt like I could, right? And she found out, and she ended up getting really mad. In fact, I know how she found out. It's because her best friend ended up telling her that I was basically like gossiping about her. And in fact, I know for sure that it was her best friend that, well, I'll take that back. I don't know for sure, but I have a very high suspicion that her best friend was saying stuff behind my back, and that's why things just never ended up working out between us. Yeah, I don't know what her friend had against me, because whenever the girl blocked me, the prom girl, I had sent her best friend a message. I'm like, hey, you know, what's up? Why, do you know what happened? Not that I don't know why she blocked me. Oh yeah, actually, I said I didn't know why she blocked me, because she said we were just gonna end up being friends. And so her best friend was like, well, I don't know why she blocked you, but if she did, she must have had a really good reason to. I'm like, dude, what is your problem? I didn't tell her that, but I really thought about it. I'm like, what is your problem, dude? I had never like said anything mean to you. I had never done anything to you. I feel like I've been really nice to her. I've been nice to her because they were friends with each other, right? And I wanted to show her some respect. I know there's lore in there, but I don't want to read it. Like I said, I was praying for like a month for the prom girl to come back, and she did. She came back because a mutual friend of ours from my old school not reached out to her, but she okay. So here's what happened. One day there was this storm, this really bad storm in the area where I lived, and since she lived in the same city as me, I knew it was hitting really bad, right? So I had like written a message. I said, hey, just like take care. I hope everything's well for you. Just wanted to say I hope you're he'd take care of because of the storm and stuff. And so I had asked her best friend if she could send that to her, and she's like, no, and frankly I think you should stop thinking about it. You should just give up on it. I'm like, wow, dude. I was just astonished, and she said that like straight up. I'm not even like sugarcoating it or trying to make her feel seem like the bad person, right? So I ended up telling a mutual friend of ours who was in my grade, and she was a really sweet girl, y'all. So she ended up sending that message to the prom girl, and then the prom girl came back, right? She's like, hey, I saw your message, and she's like, I wanted to say thank you, but you shouldn't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. But I was thinking like, oh my goodness, she finally came back. Like that was basically all that was on my mind. So she's like, oh, I think I unblocked you, right? And I'm like, no, you didn't. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll do that in a bit. So later on she unblocks me, and I say, hey, what's up? So we're talking for a bit, and I felt weird, and I felt like the same way I felt whenever we had gone to the movies, which is that she at least owed me an explanation, right? And oh my goodness, and she came back, but she didn't say sorry, right? And so to me that was like what in the world, dude? You come back, I'm over here crying every single day for a month, and it's like you never even thought about me at all during that time. And so what she ends up telling me was that she was pretty much gonna date that friend of mine that I had her initially suspected. And oh shoot, and they were talking for a bit, and he actually had told her, he's like, hey, I like you, whatever, all this stuff. And so at first she said no, but then she said yes, and then she pulled back and said no again. So he was really mad. I mean, go figure, right? I was too, right? He was a lot more upset about it. He was like, prom girl, like you say you're focusing on the Lord, but you're really not. Like, God bless your soul. So that ends up happening, right? And I'm kind of just there having to pretend like everything's okay, because again, I'm basically told like my suspicions were correct, and I'm kind of like expected just to not dig too much into it. So I didn't, because I was just happy that she was back, right? I was just like I said, I was feeling bad, because I'm like, dude, you come back, right, and you don't say anything. So I told her that, I'm like, hey, we need to talk, right? Because I mean, you come back and you pretend like everything's all right, and I'm still her, right? I cried every single day for a month. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, which is baloney. She wasn't actually sorry, because it was only until I brought it up to her that she suddenly said sorry. She's got a very avoidant attachment style, and I have a very anxious attachment style, so it was a horrible mix. So yeah, I tell her that, right, that I wanted an apology at least. And so she's like, I'm sorry. Well, I take that back. She didn't say sorry. She was justifying what she had to say, or like her reasoning and all this stuff. And so we ended it off okay, but then I called her again the next day. I'm like, dude, okay, you didn't say sorry, actually. I still feel kind of hurt about this. And so she told me, she's like, so at first we were getting into an argument, because she's like, you were manipulating me by telling me like, I'll be here for you. And the reason why I said that was because, oh my goodness, I keep forgetting to put these bugs away. She was like yapping to me about her problems, right? Her home problems. And I was just trying to be there, right? I was trying to show her that I cared. So I'm like, hey, I'm here for you. And of course, I wanted her to come to me because I liked her. So she said I was manipulative for doing that. And I'm like, dude, you're just being really immature. And she's like, I am immature because I'm a kid. Like, it was bad, y'all. It was so bad. Never. If somebody says that to you, just head out, y'all. There's no reason to stick around and hope that they change. We ended up on a bit of a chill note. We were finally friendly with each other again, and she's like, you better not tell me tomorrow like we need to talk. I'm like, I won't, bro, you're chilling, whatever. And so as a joke, the next day I had sent her a message. I'm like, hey, we need to talk. And then she's like, no, we actually need to talk. I'm like, oh my goodness, you don't want to be friends again? Or you don't want to be my friend anymore? She's like, no, because Can I make it? No! Oh my goodness, dude. This never... Let's restart. That never happens, y'all. I swear, it was only until I started recording that it's been happening so much. She said she didn't want to be my friend anymore. And I'm like, and I'll be honest, y'all, I begged. I'm like, no, why? And she's like, because I can't focus on God if we're friends. I'm like, Brody, that is so BS. That is so baloney because it's just not true. Like, you're over here looking for guys, looking for a boyfriend and all this stuff. Meanwhile, saying what you're saying, dude, you're not seeking God. You're not seeking God, because I tried, you know, having a Bible study with her and all this stuff. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting riled up thinking about it, right? But yeah, so that ends up happening, right? And I was super sad for like 30 minutes, and then or maybe like less than that, maybe like 15 minutes, and then I thought about it. I'm like, what am I crying about? Why am I crying over this girl who doesn't respect me, who doesn't care about me, who like is wasting my time? So from there, I just moved on, and things are a lot better. Things got a lot better. Now, I think I mentioned in the first video that I don't know if I've really forgiven her, because recently I've been thinking a lot. I've had a lot of time to reflect and think, like, why am I so attached, right? Why am I so anxiously attached to people? Let's get this grub. I found that it could have been a mix. It could be a mix of like the way I grew up, right? Because I never really grew up in an abusive household, right? I like my parents and stuff were always there for me, but I don't think they were there emotionally, right? And I do love them, right? But I just think, like, growing up, I don't feel like I had much of a say in anything, right? I wanted to have that sense of like dignity, I suppose you could say, but choices were made that were beyond. People would listen to allow me to like hear me out and stuff like that. So I think that's why I am kind of like anxiously attached sometimes. So I want to be heard, and I feel like whenever I get into, or not get into relationships, because like I said, I've never gotten into one, but whenever I get to that position where I'm talking to somebody, I rely so much emotionally on them, because I feel like they're giving me that that attention and stuff that I've wanted since I was younger, and make me pretty much feel complete. But I understand now what people mean when they say like somebody can't complete you. And that's pretty much what they mean. Like, they can't fix that side of you, and not that you're meant to fix yourself, but it helps you realize that it gives you a reasoning as to why you might act a certain way, and then you can look at it from an objective perspective and say like, okay, this person probably doesn't hate me, they just we're getting to know each other, right? We're taking the time to get to know each other, and you don't have to overlook every little thing that happens. And that's a bit of wisdom from Kallex wisdom. So come my college time, and I'm over here like I just got to college, and I end up hanging out with this group of friends from my old school, from the school that I was at before I transferred. There's this one girl, I'll call her O. So O was the only girl in the group, and I had asked her, I'm like, hey, can you set me up with somebody? So she ends up trying to set me up with this person who was transgender, and I don't roll like that, right? So it was a really messed up joke, yo. But I mean, I look back at it and I laugh because it was kind of funny. Obviously nothing really comes of that, and I'm kind of glad. Stuff was really toxic there. Then she tried setting me up with this other girl. We'll call her V. With V, I actually saw her 2 other times before I officially met her. And the first time I saw her was during my orientation at my college. I saw her literally like as I was about to leave. She was staring at me, and so I waved at her. Whenever people stare at me, I kind of just like look at them and I wave. So she kind of like got out of that trance, and she was just like laughing and smiling and talking to her friends. And the second time I met her was at the library. I was with my best friend's his girlfriend, she was going to the same university. We were walking around. I'm like, dude, I think that's the girl. That's the girl that I saw at the orientation. And she's like, you should go up to her. I'm like, no, she's gonna think I'm weird. Well, we ended up like walking past her, and then I like basically do a 90-degree look, and I'm like, hey, are you the person from here? And she's like, no. And I think I kind of just put pressure on her at the moment. She probably didn't know. As she went to the orientation later on, she later on set us up, right? And we had gone like, oh shoot, oh my goodness. We went on a date. I guess you could say I did go on an official date. I didn't consider it a date. To me, it was more like we were hanging out, right? Because O was there, kind of being like a monitor for us, a chaperone. So I don't really consider that a date. But V considered it a date, so I'm like, okay, whatever, sure, why not? But looking back on it, I still don't consider it a date. How do I get across? This is not good. Let's see. Can I use the rope? Nope. How am I gonna get over there? I don't know how to get over there. Oh, that stuff is rising quickly. Let's just do a little bit of this. And jump. So, after like a week of talking to V, she started like ghosting me and stuff. I mean, I didn't know why, right? It was just really bizarre. So I sent her a message on Instagram. I'm like, hey, you know, can we talk? Is everything alright? And she's like, Kallex, you need to stop. You're doing too much and it's suffocating, right? I'm like, I didn't know what to say, so I was just like, I said a nonchalant, like, okay. And then I just blocked her from there because I'm like, I don't wanna, I'm not gonna date anybody who isn't serious. Like, they're not interested in dating, right? But looking back on it, I could kind of understand how I was being a little bit much, because I would always like message her like good morning and all that stuff, which I guess some people can consider it being a bit much. But yeah, like she was just not it. Later on, the transgender person, how do I say this? She's actually a woman who wants to be a guy, so I guess it's the only way I know how to say it. She had told me her cousin found me interesting, right? So I'm like, hey, you know, let's talk. I would be down to meet up and stuff. Well, it comes to find out that one of my friends at the time and her had dated. So she's like, don't tell him, like, I don't want him to know all this other stuff. I'm like, why? What happened between you guys? And she's like, no, it's nothing, like nothing happened. So I ended up asking him, because I'm like, I don't know this girl. I don't trust her as much as I would trust this friend. So I had asked him, and he's like, yeah, she's a little freak. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to get into that, right? And what ends up happening is one of my friends in the friend group that I was in, that I had mentioned, he said that there were 3 girls that were trying to report me. No. Oh my goodness. I might have to eat the grub. Get it. Oh man, there goes my chance at survival. Okay, I think we're chilling though. Dude, this is scary though. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. He says that 3 girls reported me to the police, right? And I'm over here kind of freaking out. I'm like, why? What happened? Like, I haven't done anything to any of them. He said because supposedly I was stalking them or something like that, which I'm like, what? I didn't even know that. That's new news to me, right? Long story short, I ended up breaking away from that friend group because it was really toxic. I didn't feel like I was growing in my faith there at all. They weren't working out. Oh my goodness, thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness, thank you, Father God. So, anyways, which way should I go? I think I should go. Oh man. Okay, I know what to do. Here's what we do. Yes, okay, we made it. Yes, thank God. Okay, there we go. I made it. So, I broke away from them, and I ended up joining this Christian organization on my campus, and the rest is kind of history. Now, I do have a few stories from there. It's a little interesting and awkward at the same time, I guess you could say. But I think I'm gonna save that one for the next video because I think this one is getting kind of long. If you guys want to see more just general White Knuckle videos, or if you think I should buy the game, let me know in the comments as well. Anyways, without any further ado, my name is Kallex, and I'll see you all in the next video. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.